Welcome to Milo's Mods, ladies and gentlemen. So this video is another video in a series known as Blaster Chat. Today's topic is we're going to discuss exactly how big the NIC is. Yes, the Nerf Internet community. I have a rough idea of how big it is. We're also going to talk about shipping and how much blasters cost within the various countries that the NIC is in. Now, when I say shipping, I'm talking like the prices in Australia for certain blasters, the prices in the UK for certain blasters compared to the United States. Okay, but let's begin, shall we? All right, first of all, let me start off by saying the Nerf Internet community is very large. And I was curious to know how large. It's roughly about 17 countries or so from what I know. And I'm sure I'm going to miss some of them. I actually took notes on this one because, and trust me, this is one of the few times you'll ever see me use notes or anything. But we have the USA, Australia, Malaysia, Germany, Singapore, Slovakia, Indonesia, the UK, the Netherlands, Denmark, Philippines, Canada, Japan, France, Taiwan, Italy, China, and New Zealand. Okay, and I'm sure I'm going to miss some countries. I'm very sorry. That's part of the problem. You see, we're a very large international community. Okay, the biggest concentration of players being in Australia, the U.S., and Canada. Okay, that's where the biggest concentration of players. Most players that you'll meet online are either from the United States, Canada, or Australia. There's quite a few others in the UK and stuff like that, as I said. Now, one of the things is, and this is going to sound really bad, but the United States players are spoiled. You're going to ask me why. Because we have Dark Zone. We have Game Face. These are both American blaster companies, Dart Zone and Game Face. Okay, Game Face is a division of Crosman Air Guns, the BB gun people. Okay. Now, this blaster is only available in the United States. They just now opened up to Canadian shipping not too long ago. Okay, so think about that. In the United States, this blaster costs $80 United States dollars. That's right, $80. Okay, $80. Keep that in mind. Now, let's say you live in the UK. Like one of my subscribers, a nice man named Sam Davison. Hi, Sam. Well, Sam was talking about getting one of these blasters, and he was asking me if it was worth it to him. Well, Sam lives in the UK. Okay. So I asked him, well, how much is this blaster in the UK? This $80 blaster is about 150 United States dollars in the UK. You say, wow, that's quite a markup. Yeah, it really is. That's like a $70 increase. And you kind of see where I'm going here with this. That's one of those examples of international shipping killing the deal more than anything else. Okay, keep that in mind. Now, Peter lives in Australia, Peter Parker, right? And I've got many Australian friends. I've got friends from everywhere. Peter Parker lives in Australia. This blaster here is the 1.1. It's the 1.1 point whatever. Okay, it's the 1.2. Okay, beautiful blaster, great blaster. This one's made by Dartzer. Again, another American blaster company. Okay, right now you can get this blaster for $85 all day long. Peter sent me screenshots of various blasters. One of them being the Tryon, one of them being this one, even the brand new MK4. Because he can pre-order the MK4 in Australia. However, it's not shipped via Dart Zone. Dart Zone only ships to the continental United States and sometimes to Canada. The MK4 came out. They're not shipping it to Canada. For whatever reasons, I guess Dart Zone doesn't think Canadians are worth having their blasters, which I would totally be upset with if I lived there. Or if I really cared about the MK4, which I really don't. All right, but what it is that in Australia, this blaster here is $350. Most of that is import fees and actually having it shipped from the United States to Australia. Okay, that's part of the problem. You kind of see where I'm going with this. That's why some people in the United States say, well, why does everybody hate on Dart Zone? Why does everybody hate on Game Face? Well, in the United States, these blasters are very cheap and very plentiful to come by. Okay? In Australia, they have a choice to either buy one of these, which is $220 in Australia, or to spend the same amount, $220, and get the Walker Harrier. That's why when I debuted the Harrier and the Game Face, I had a couple players from other countries asking me for a comparison between the two, because this blaster costs the same as this one in Australia. Kind of sounds messed up, doesn't it? But it's the truth. Okay, and I swear to God it is. It's really bad. That's an example of shipping killing the deal. Okay, more than anything else. I mean, this blaster to me is only worth like maybe $80 or so on a good day. So I have a real hard time recommending something like this to a player in Australia or in the UK or wherever, just because I know the international shipping is going to be brutal. Another example would be, I went to buy 3 Fire Rat mags from a company out of China. The mags were $3.50 a piece. These were, quote, metal upgraded magazines. $3.50 a piece. So I said, great, I'll take 9 of them. Or excuse me, I'll take 3 of them. Worked out to be about $12, right? By the time international shipping got tacked on, those $12 magazines for all 3 of them, the shipping ended up to be $50. Yeah, $50. Plus the $12 for the magazines. So those magazines were like $60-some just for 3 of them. It's pretty bad. That's the joy of international shipping. That's why when people see other players from around the globe complaining that they're hating on Dart Zone, as they say in the United States, they're not hating on it. They're just upset because the logistics sucks to get it out to them in Australia. That's all. A lot of people is, and it's just human nature. Let's say a brand new blaster comes out, and you're going to get a bunch of people that are going to like it, a bunch of people that are not going to like it. You know, some people will purposely crap on a blaster and say it's useless or it doesn't perform well or whatever, or just generally talk bad about it for one of 2 reasons. Either A, they don't have the money to buy it, or B, it's not available where they live. That's half the problem that people have with Dart Zone. That's a lot of problems that are going on with some of the problems with Game Face, is that you can't get them everywhere. Okay, it's a rather odd concept to get around. Another example would be, when you buy from an overseas company, you have to be very careful. I'm not going to lie to you. I've seen some really screwed up things, such as if you order from Monkey Mods. Let's say you're buying replacement parts for your Firefly. This guy here, okay? The replacement parts for the Firefly are relatively cheap to come by. I mean, like a new set of shell screws is like $3. A plunger head's $5. You know, things like that, which isn't terrible. However, Monkey Mods' minimum shipping is $25. So you could order $10 worth of stuff and still have to pay $25 in shipping. You kind of see my point here? So much so that if I order from Monkey Mods, I don't order from them directly. Myself and another one of my subscribers, Vernon Miller, who lives out of Texas, we usually pool our resources together. When he orders, he just has everything shipped to his house, then he ships it out to me, what I order. Because when I order from Monkey Mods, I never order a ton of product to make it worth my while for the shipping. So what I'll normally do is, let's say if I order $20 worth of stuff from Monkey Mods, I'll just hand Vernon $25 and say, here, you know, this is the cost of the stuff plus a couple extra dollars for your trouble. When it comes in, ship it out to me and I'll reimburse you for the shipping. We've done that a bunch of times. But that way, it's a bigger order and it's more worth our while. to order it like that. That's part of it. Another part that you have to watch out for is there are some unscrupulous overseas companies. And again, I'm not going to call anybody out or anything like that, but I am going to use one as an example. A friend of mine showed me a listing for a brand new Stormbreaker Sweetheart blaster that's coming out. This is a AEG blaster, basically. The cost of the AEG blaster is $400. Okay. Blaster looks nice. Now, when I saw the listing, I saw, quote, in big, giant, bold letters, no warranty. Now, I know a blaster that doesn't function is no blaster at all. We all know that. Why would you put on a listing no warranty at all? Does that mean that they don't have confidence in their product or anything like that? I just don't understand. But seeing things like that, that's a red flag. That means I really don't want to give these people my money. Just because if you see listings like that say no warranty, it's like, what are they actually going to ship me? Are they going to ship me a blaster, or are they going to ship me a box of rubber dog poo from Hong Kong? You never know. That's why if you see things like no warranty or stuff like that, steer away from it. If you're in the United States and let's say you're looking to buy blasters straight from China like I do, I go through AliExpress. I go through Xanadu gel blaster. I go through BIU blaster. I go through M416 gel blaster. Those are the companies that I deal with. Okay, just because they have free shipping to the United States, and I don't have to worry about shipping killing the deal. It's a rather interesting problem, and again, most of it is because of where you live. It's a terrible conundrum to have. I mean, like I've had players from different countries message me personally and ask them, hey. And they'll always ask me, hey, Mr. Salmon, can you ship this to me here? Can you ship this to me there? Sure can, no problem. Because that's my part of being a good community person. As long as you're willing to eat shipping, I'll send you whatever the hell you want. That's just how it is. I mean, it's a rather interesting problem to have. But really, it's a nightmare to buy blasters from overseas. Or if you live overseas, it's a nightmare. Because again, most of the time, shipping kills the deal. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching my video on exactly how big the NIC is and shipping and cost of blasters around the globe. Until next time, this is Milo's Mods signing off.